Welcome back to my daily trade journal series here at DIY Wall Street. I try to journal every session because I feel that accountability is the only key to real growth as a trader. If you're not holding yourself accountable, you're only putting yourself up to excuses to lose. So for today, I made about $158.75 trading ES and MES today. And one of the hard lessons I learned today was that I wasn't holding true to my rules and actions, and that's why I'm still trying my best to film these videos to hold myself accountable. I know I could have done way better today. If I had just followed the signals, I would have probably made money. If I followed the system that I made, I would have made a ton more money. And I'll tell you what happened. So 8 a.m. we had market structure flipping bullish, which is around early over here, right? So what essentially that tells you is that market is net buyers, and you want to go long on every dip. So if you had just go long here, gone long here, and gone long here, and gone long here, would have made money. But instead, I got stuck with the fundamental bearishness from the tariff deal. I remember Trump said that he was going to release a pharmaceutical tariff, and he was going to release like a chip tariff, a tariff on chips, right? So also over the weekend, he's mentioned, he was putting the tariff on EU and Mexico and Canada and whatnot, and that's what caused this huge drop. And when we recover from this big drop to 62.90s, I thought that was going to be the resistance because that was an area that I deemed pretty important on Friday, and 62.80s as well, both of those levels. And they did work out here. You can see 62.80s being a problem here, and a little bit of a problem here, right? But eventually we broke over, and 62.80 somewhat became a support, and then we pushed to 62.90s, and then we just kind of like smoked through it a little bit with these big wicks. So, but at that time, these big wicks make it look like it could have gone anywhere. So instead of buying the dips here, I was bearish. I took shorts at 62.90. I just held too long. I could have exited for 10 points here. Well, it didn't hit exactly 10 points. It missed the 10 points by a little bit, which is why I got stuck in that position. But if I exit like 5 points, I would probably been good. And then on 10:30, we had a buy signal, and that was when I exited my shorts and I went long here. Eventually switched the bias and went long on the NQ buy signal, buying ES instead, because both indexes are pretty similar. So that made money. That did pretty well. That was at 62.87. We eventually went as high as 63.14s. Then 11:50, we had a little sell signal here that played out for a few points, but not as much as I would have wanted. We barely got 4 points out of that, so it was pretty iffy. Unless you shorted up here at 63.06, then you could have gotten out for 5 points here, which I did. I did add a short here as well. There. And then by 1 p.m., we had another buy signal, which was over here, NQDD buy signal. And this is one of the new signals that we built, and that's been working pretty well. That was a huge run up, but because it was so late in the day, I didn't believe it. I didn't think we could run up as much. But if you look at compared to Friday, we pretty much ran up to the same tops as Friday, that 32.12 area, 32.09 to 32.12, or somewhat the area that we had as top for Friday. You can see that there. See the line going across. So we're struggling a little bit here. We'll see how things play out here. If we don't make it past these levels, we'll probably end up going down. But some of the things that was bullish today was in the news. Trump announced $70 billion investment in AI and energy infrastructures. And then we also had him saying that he was open to talk about the trade deals and whatnot. And that's kind of giving people hesitation, the expectation that, Trump always backs out of these deals. And if that's the case, then, it could make the market invalidate his views and not go down as much anymore. So that's something interesting as well. And then for going into tomorrow, I would see how this plays out tonight. If this level becomes an issue, the 63.13 level becomes an issue, because you can see that stretch over here. You can see like we had struggle here a few times, right? And so if that becomes an issue, then we'll probably go down from here. If that doesn't become an issue, then we could test that higher level, 63.33. If we break over the level, then that's a whole nother story. But I don't think we could. I'm not even sure if we're going to break through this level overnight because I'm not sure how much more bullish catalyst we have. And I'm hesitant to remain bullish until he really announced a chip tariff and pharmaceutical tariffs. So those are still two more things in the playbook there. And then we still have bank earnings and tech earnings that are dictating things, and we have CPI tomorrow. So I would lean us going back to the 6290s again. And if we lose 6290s and we lose 6280s again, then I could say we go bearish again. So it's all really speculative right now. Very choppy in this range. All the moving averages are stuck together, and they're not sure which direction to go. Also, but we did get two depth crosses here, so that means we're supposed to be going down, but they're trying to cross it back up. So I think it'll be a really interesting week. Tomorrow's going to be a really good trading day. It's going to be very volatile because we have a lot of speakers and a lot of data. So I hope you guys are ready for that and hope this helps. Good luck and have a great day. And thank you for watching. And please subscribe.